Hey baby, I like the way you sizzle in that pan, the way you make me feel.
Hey guys, welcome back to Radix Recipes. I'm Coach Dan, and this is episode 3, and we're going to be making some turkey burgers. So one of the things that we have in our 6-week challenge all the time is turkey burgers, and the biggest feedback I get is people think they're super bland when they just make them themselves without any specific recipe. My guess is they take some extra lean ground turkey, they make a patty, they fry it up. Of course, that's gonna kind of taste like cardboard. So we got a good recipe for you today, and I'm gonna show you how I make and how we make our turkey burgers. We have some lean ground turkey. Now, you can use extra lean or lean ground depending on the fat content that you want to have in your turkey burger. Okay, so lean ground is a little bit fattier and will have a little better taste to it. And if you use lean ground, just make sure that you put that in your macro counter so that you know that you're getting the extra fat in your diet, and it all equals out at the end of the day. We get ours from True Local, so we get a good source of turkey meat, and we know it's from a good farm and the turkeys are treated well. The other thing I do actually first is I preheat the pan. The burgers turn out way better when the pan's already been warm and you get a nice kind of crispy edge on each side. So I put a nice cast iron pan on medium heat, get it fired all up. Put the turkey in a mixing bowl, and then from there I'm going to put in my spices. Have fun with spices. I'm going to show you how we're going to make ours today, but there's so many different combinations of spices that you can use. Today we're using a smoky mojo mix from Epicure. Epicure makes really good pre-made mixes that don't have any extra salt or sugar in them, so that you can kind of put your own saltiness to the food to how you like it. So the smoky mojo is smoked paprika, garlic, sea salt, and black pepper. Those are the main ingredients. That's going to give us a kind of a smoky turkey burger kind of feel to it, with very little calories. There's 20 calories in a tablespoon here. So a tablespoon of my pre-made mix, and then we're going to get a teaspoon of salt to go along with it. So as you can hear, this is real life situation, and Rach is in the background there with Malachi as we're cooking. And that's how we like it around here. So we're trying to teach him good, healthy eating habits, and leading by example when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I got my mix here. Now I'm going to take my hands. Is that correct, Rach?
You can, totally can.
So
Get right in there.
I better take off my ring. Actually, I'm going to wash my hands one more time just to make sure our burgers do not taste like gym floor. You get all the spices and the salt really mixed in here. Actually, I forgot to put some black pepper, so I'm gonna get my helper here to add some black pepper in there. Black pepper is something you can do to taste. Okay, some people don't like a lot of it. Some people actually hate it. But I find it gives a little more.
Fingers are messy.
It gives it a little bit more punch and works well with the salt. It's also really good. Black pepper is really good when you're using turmeric to enhance the potency of turmeric. It's, I don't know, like 100 times more potent with black pepper. So if you're making a curry or something like that, or if you're making curry turkey burgers, black pepper is definitely a must to get in there. Turns a nice kind of paprika smoke color here. You can see it's all over my hands.
I'll turn on the food scale for you.
Okay, so next thing, we always measure how much because we want to know. The reason why we're eating turkey is because we need more protein in our diet, and the protein in our diet helps us build muscle, repair tendons. It also boosts your metabolism. So your body doesn't really use protein to be stored as fat, and it kind of takes more energy or more calories to burn protein off than fat or carbs. So it's really important that you have enough protein in your diet if you're trying to gain muscle or lose weight. We're gonna get a little burger here. We're gonna weigh it off, and we're gonna do a 4-ounce burger today. There we go, 4.2. So 4 ounces is a good size, serving size of turkey. Rach, could you throw some olive oil in the pan for me, please? This is why it's good to have a partner help you cook. To be honest with you, I'm usually not the one doing this. She's usually the one doing it, so that's why I love her so much. So we put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. We stir it around, make sure that it's covering the whole pan, and that fat content never really ends up, a lot of it, in the burger itself, because it's just kind of cooking off on the edge. And then let the frying process start. So cooking time is about 3 to 5 minutes per side, but it really depends on how thick the burgers are or how big they are. Once you start to see the edges crisp, then you'll know that it's probably time to get in there and give it a little flip. I also like to use these kind of turkey burgers, like this kind of flavor profile is actually nice kind of morning breakfast sausage. So you can use these as, like, you know, a 3-ounce burger with an egg cracked on top is a nice one to get the day going. It doesn't have to just be for lunch or dinner. I like some breakfast sausage in the morning, and I just kind of equal these guys all out, make sure they have enough meat.
Malachi's enjoying his avocado over here.
Yeah, Malachi. Alright.
Daddy's washing his hands.
These guys are frying up real nice. I am going to get a flipper. What would I do without her, right? I don't even know where this thing is. So you'll see these guys are starting to form a bit of a crust and an edge. I wish you could smell it. I don't know, Santo, you can smell it, right? You got that spiciness, yeah? Yeah, bring it into the screen. Personally, I like to just make sure that there's a little more sea salt. The salt brings out the flavor. I also need the salt in my diet because I'm not eating processed food at all. So keeping my salt intake a bit higher and make sure that my electrolytes are topped up in my body is key. But I love flavor, so I like to have the flavor in there. And so I start to feel how it's cooking. Make sure that it's nice and even, and we'll give it a flip in just a second, and make sure that you got that nice brown crust on either side. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. I love that smell. So definitely one thing you should be trying to do every day is have a piece of protein in each one of your meals. So every meal should kind of have a protein as the focus, and then everything else around that. Malachi knows all about that.
Hey, yeah. You got the truck?
All right, so we're gonna give him a flip. We got that nice brown crust on the either side going. Come on. There we go. And we're going to cook these guys right through. These ones taste good with a little bit of hot sauce. We also have a ketchup we use that doesn't have corn syrup in it. Whole Foods has a brand called 365 Organics. They have a ketchup that doesn't use corn syrup, and then there's also what is it? Natural.
Simply Natural.
Simply Natural.
Whole Food stuff now you can put on your subscribe and save on Amazon, so it's a lot cheaper, and you don't even have to go to the store.
I love the crust. When like foodies and chefs talk about food, is the contrast in textures. So having something on the outside that's a bit crispy, and then on the inside is nice and moist, it really adds to the experience of eating, which hey, if you can do it while eating healthy, it's all the better, right? So that's what we're looking to do. We want to make healthy eating something that's enjoyable and something that's sustainable long term. And so that means that we need to find ways to make healthy food taste great and make it easy for you to make on a weekly basis when you're, you know, making a bunch of turkey burgers to take throughout the week while you're doing your meal prep. Another way you can kind of tell if meat is done, like steak or something like this, is you can kind of poke to feel the firmness of the meat itself. And if it's very squishy, that probably means the inside of the meat is not cooked yet. And once it's a bit firm, then you're gonna start to be towards the end of the cooking process. With stuff like turkey and chicken, you're obviously gonna want to cook it all the way through. With beef and steak, then you can have more of a rare on the inside without actually getting salmonella poisoning or something along those lines, right? You don't want to overcook, because even overcooked chicken and turkey tastes like cardboard, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Rubber.
Rubber, yeah, right? You don't want to chew on it forever.
Yep.
So having something that's cooked properly and just moist enough on the inside is really key. The more you do this, the better you'll know kind of how long it takes to cook them. Plus, everybody's stove kind of heats at a different rate and stuff like that, and then you'll get good at knowing what doneness you like in each one of your different kinds of meats. You're gonna save them for the week?
You can eat them right now if you want. But yeah, this is usually an easy morning meal. Turkey burger and sweet potato. Classic go-to combo. You can add some vegetables or some fresh berries on the side depending on what your macros are going to be for that meal. If you want to keep it on the lower carb side of things and make it more of a savory meal, throw some vegetables in there, some broccoli or green beans, whatever you want to eat. Or if you want to have it more of like a second breakfast, you can have some blackberries or blueberries. That also actually tastes really nice with the turkey burger and the sweet potato. So play around with it. Have fun. Experiment. Just like Dan was saying, good rule of thumb is 1 tablespoon of seasoning to 1 pound of meat. So just keep that in mind whenever you're cooking and fill that tablespoon with whatever you feel like. Where's the choo-choo train?
One of those is a little bigger than the others. That's definitely mine.
You just want to let them cool off a little bit before you put them in the fridge. That helps make sure that they don't get all steamy inside your Pyrex dish here. But I think this is great, eh, Dan? I think they're pretty much done. Maybe we just flip them one more time to balance them out, and they look pretty good, eh? So what was that? 10 minutes from start to finish time?
Yeah, not even.
Yeah.
Just
so it's definitely easier when you have 2 people.
I think that's a hint, Sandra. She's definitely telling me I need to make my own turkey burgers.
I don't know if they'll taste as good.
I don't know. When I make stuff myself, I feel like it tastes better.
It's like a satisfying feeling, right?
Yeah, exactly. All right, 4 turkey burgers done. You're gonna want to let them cool off first if you're gonna store them. If you're gonna eat them, let them cool a little bit and then eat them. But if you're gonna store them in the fridge or the freezer, let the steam cool off first before you pack it. Otherwise, you'll create a bunch of condensation and water around it, which is kind of gross when you take them out. So let them cool down, let the steam come off. Then you can store them, and you'll have turkey burgers for the whole week. So this is how we do our turkey burgers. I eat turkey burger pretty much every day of my life because it's easy and it's one of the things I do enjoy. I eat it as my second breakfast. Like Rach said, my second breakfast is turkey burger, sweet potato, a little bit of ketchup, a cup of blackberries or raspberries or blueberries, and then a tablespoon of almond butter with my berries. That kind of rounds up my macros for that meal and how many calories I need to eat, how much protein, carbs, and fat I need to have, and then I feel great. That keeps me running through the rest of my morning and moving into lunchtime when I get to eat again. So that is the Radix turkey burger. That today we're using a smoky mojo turkey burger, but it could be a lot of different things. We make ones with garlic and onion and different stuff, but today we're making the smoky one. This has a lot of flavor, that's why I wanted to give you guys that one. If you're gonna make your own spice from just spices at the store instead of buying like an Epicure spice, then all you need to do is get some smoked paprika, some garlic powder, some sea salt, and some black pepper. You're gonna mix a little bit of them all together and start to taste and see what combination of them you like, and you can make your own spice blends. These guys just make it easier for us to grab and go on the go, because we're always here between here and there at the gym, and make our turkey burgers super simple for us. And then we just add a little more salt, because I like the salt for flavor and I need it in my diet. So I hope you enjoyed this latest episode of Radix Recipes. If you like this turkey burger, leave us a comment. If you hate it, leave us a comment. We'll figure out a better way to make it for you. And if you're enjoying these Radix Recipes, please subscribe down below, and we'll keep bringing them to you by either Rach or myself, or the combination of me, Rach, and Malachi. That's always a lot of fun, and you guys will get to learn a little bit more about our dynamic at home and who really cooks all the food around here.